This video contains an ad for extra wallets. Stick around to the end for more on that. Hello lords and ladies, welcome back to Cartoon Hangout, your place for all things cartoon. Dead End Paranormal Park, based on the webcomic by Hamish Steele, is about Barney and Norma working for a haunted attraction at an amusement park and discovering something actually supernatural. We're talking demons, possession, the whole 9 yards. And, if I'm being totally honest, I don't know what to really say about this episode. I sat there for 27 minutes of this thing, and I left feeling rather indifferent. Is it bad that the highlight of the episode for me was the dog? Other than that, I can't say the first episode was all that interesting to me. Dead End is setting itself up to be something of a mystery horror show, if I'm correct. The episode even starts off with a woman being chased by something and ultimately getting caught. It's a real Scooby-Doo opener, yet the mystery didn't really grab me. Not that it's really all that focal in this initial episode anyways. From there we move on to our two protagonists, a trans boy named Barney and a girl named Norma, both seeking the same job. Ooh, what shenanigans will occur. These ones. These shenanigans will occur.
You ready, boy? Torpedo!
All of which ultimately culminates in them finding out they're meant to be vessels for some demon ghost guy? So, basically every job interview ever. The ghost tries possessing Barney, but his dog sacrifices itself instead. One of my favorite things about this episode, like I said earlier, is Barney's pug, Pugsley. His expressions throughout the first episode are a delight, and so cute. He's hands down the star of the show for me. Seriously, I didn't really attach myself to anyone in episode 1 except this dog. Maybe that'll change if I watch more episodes. Although right now, if I did watch more, it'd be for good old Pugsley. After getting possessed, this demon ghost bro seeks a throne, while our protagonists take him on in an actually kind of funny sequence of events.
Come and get me!
Just the mix of what should be this high-octane moment, coupled with a slow-moving log water ride, makes me laugh. I think that was another good moment in the episode. Things resolve positively enough with Barney and Norma both getting the job, even though it never existed to begin with, and Pugsley getting the ability to speak.
Night-night, Barney.
Boom. Episode's over. It feels, and maybe this is just Twitter talking, like the show is aiming to be kind of like Gravity Falls in a way.
And if you see anything that seems just a little out of sorts, anything suspicious or supernatural at all, well, just keep it to yourself, darling.
Maybe I'm off base, but those were the vibes I got. The unfortunate thing is that Gravity Falls had a more appealing mystery setup than Dead End. And Dipper, Mabel, Seuss, and their Grunkle Stan were dripping with personality, while the characters in Dead End just aren't quite there yet, despite having freaking Emily Osment as the voice of the Demon Girl. Any Hannah Montana fans out there? We learn a little bit about Barney in this episode, that he feels like his family isn't really there for him, though his mom doesn't really even seem that bad yet.
Did you tell her Barney would be there?
Oh, come on, sweetie. There's a lot she doesn't understand.
She's not the only one.
The line about his grandma makes me think it'll be in regards to him being trans, so in future episodes, you should probably expect this to be a major plotline for him. I'm hoping, should I watch more, that this will be written with respect, and actually be, an interesting part of his character, and not something heavy-handed and poorly written. There's been a lot of stories that are inclusive, which is great, but they don't really come off as good stories in and of themselves, and that really needs to change. The other main character we have is Norma, who Wikipedia tells me is gay, although I would never have been able to tell you that from watching episode 1. Besides Pugsley, if I had to pick another character I enjoyed, it would probably be her. I like her sense of humor, and I can somewhat relate to her. She seems to come from, I don't know if I'd say controlling family, but definitely has one of those moms who is nervous about their kids going anywhere. You know the type.
Just checking you got your phone.
The other character I'd imagine is probably a main character or something close to it is Emily Osment's character, Courtney. Other than a mention or two of her being in forced servitude to Temalukas, there's not much else to glean from her. I just hope she's not going to be an annoying character. And to add, I'm also not a huge fan of her design. Speaking of, the animation style is also just okay. More than likely, you've seen other shows have something similar, and I saw one commenter on Twitter point out that Barney looks like a Steven Universe original character, which I could, I could see it. I can see it. The actual animation itself is a bit odd in spots, at least at the start of the episode. The lady running looked off somehow. I don't really know how to describe it. It was like she was on a conveyor belt. So I hope you can figure out what I mean by that. And ultimately, I think, in my opinion, obviously, this whole thing is my opinion, it'll be a bit hard to sell any horror with a style like this. You look back at other horror animation, and some of them had some straight-up bizarre styles that helped when the creepy shit started to happen, such as Courage the Cowardly Dog. This looks like the complete opposite of that. Hell, it'll be interesting to see if the style can make serious scenes have weight to them. The only time I felt a tear coming on was with the dog seemingly dying. And that's because it's a dog. In the end, I think Dead End has potential, especially with its trans protagonist, offering up a slightly different story than we're used to, if they can manage that. And I do love horror cartoons. But based solely on this episode and nothing else, it's hard to say if it'll be any good. Representation matters, but if the story sucks, then you messed up. If you've seen Dead End, and you want to share your thoughts on this episode, feel free to chime in down in the comments, but please do try to keep it civil and polite. And if you want to catch these reviews early, consider becoming a member where you can vote on polls for what I review next. And before I go, I want to again talk about Extra Wallet, who I am an ambassador for. It's a super slim alternative to more bulky wallets for those who want to more easily grab the card they want at the press of a button. It'll hold 12 cards in total, 6 in the main slot, and another 6 in the back. And you can even purchase a tracker for it, so if you ever lose your wallet, you can track it from your phone. Pretty nifty, huh? There will be a link to the site in the description, and if you do buy something from it, I'll make a commission, just so you're aware. I got one of these for myself a couple of months ago, and I definitely recommend them. Anyway, that's it for me. Thanks for watching, and take care.